My cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick then hit with the back then. Used to out the zip. Blow out the back and then dip. Got a whole party out on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
First down, Dallas.
Mike. 55. Come on. Check. Hey, kill.
A first down throw for Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You're talking about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will get it at their own 20-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Go. Alert flare. These 2. Take 4.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Crunch time, defense. Check.
Take 2 of them.
First carry for James Conner. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Black 20.
Check. Watch 54.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set. White 80.
Right there. 54 Mike. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Kill.
Focus.
Show it up. Shit. Watch the egg. Check the hot read. Switch.
They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check pass. Back.
Solid. 5 down.
Check 43.
Black.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 32-yard line.
230.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. We don't want this.
Cross.
You got tight. Right there.
Heat these 2.
Switch gears. Alert 3.
On 2nd down now. It's Conner. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 49-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Quarter.
I'm here all day. Set.
Black and turn.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Escaping the pressure. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it second down and 11. The sack cost them only a yard. It's second and 11. Prescott to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try to pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
50.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. On first and 10 is Counter. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Get him! Hey, watch that, watch that!
Roethlisberger will hand to Counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Like 80.
Right there, 54 Mike. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find the matchup.
Dante Moncrief, 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dante Moncrief, 77 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's got some space here. The 40, the 20, 10, and the Cowboys are in the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Toss play, counter. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Slam, slam.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now Austin. Slips past him. Where'd he go? A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. First down, Prescott. Going right side, he has Witten.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. picked off by Mike Hilton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Austin. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Prescott. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And a Cowboy 1st down.
Prescott now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. Prescott yet again. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Take 2 of them.
Let's get there. Check 3.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Watch the safety creep.
Snickers.
Here's Roethlisberger. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Hey,
Black 20.
54. Mike, 54. Double dog. That's the way.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
Take both of them. Check.
Connor on the toss play. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check. Deuce.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Blue 30.
Right there. 54 Mike. Get your swerve on.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down, it's Elliott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On third down, it's Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. So on 4th down, on comes the Dallas kicker, Brett Maher. This from 25 yards out. The kick by Maher is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Max McDonald. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb, 33 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Maher, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Marr now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger, and he will go down. A Cowboy sack. DeMarcus Lawrence getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Malik Collins providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that Puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
So they start on the ground with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Prescott, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Here's Prescott, complete to Jason Witten, and able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning. Hey, kill. 27, 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Going for the deep ball. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Right back to Connor here on first. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.